Hello and welcome to This Past Month in Analog Horror. Pretty much this will be a monthly thing that Ricky thought up that I should do. That way we can keep this channel fresh and content flowing. Besides, it'll give me something better to do. And it'll even give us a way to promote our respective channels and a Discord group where you'll be able to join in the pinned comment down below and in the description. Please, stop on by. And because this thing is going to be monthly, if you want things really up to date, I highly suggest you go into the Discord. I mean, heck, you can even help me keep up to date, as I'm only one person doing this whole operation while the other two have lives and jobs that they have to deal with. And because this is the first of the series, why don't we cover 2 months instead? That way we can get all caught up, because summer's been very active as of late. So, what's our first one gonna be? How about Local 58 to start? There is an unused video that Chris Dobb has posted up himself that has been sitting around since, I don't know, 6 years ago, which is called For Your Safety, Please Watch. I can only show bits of it here in this video because it's actually there in our group to access thanks to our guy with the fingers on the pulse of the analog horror community, and pretty much everywhere else, Minerva Alliance and Tapes of the Dark Side creator, Quarks and Rec. Thanks, dude. Our next topic, also in June, is Ted's Caving Journal, which had just concluded during this month. It's a real-life adaptation of the oldest creepypasta, and pretty much the most faithful that we've seen so far, showing just enough to leave you wanting for more, as we deal with an amateur cave explorer and his anonymous buddy checking out this weird cave that he just found in England. Or hell, we don't even know where it is, but we can only guess. The channel is currently under Alex Archives, which is premiering its own indie series, Hollow Burbs, and it currently has 3 videos out. I haven't seen them yet, but once I'm done with this and it's all posted up and everything, I'll give it a check out so that way I can screen it for our other viewers and our co-hosts. That way we can figure out a good time to do it all. As I said earlier, my fellow co-hosts have lives of their own, and I can't be bothering them or catch them at a bad time when they've already had a hard day at work. But hey, it helps if you have high energy co-hosts to help you go through some of the scariest analog horrors out here on the internet. Also during the past 2 months was Red Diamond's new mini-series, which is to make up for the bummer that, serial broadcast kinda got canceled. But hey, this year has so much more to it. I mean, already, Red Diamond's got 2 other videos out with Circles and the 2001 UFO incident. But this series does hit hard. Already, there's 2 videos out right now in a mini-series full of eeriness, mystery, and strange music that I keep hearing even after I stop hearing it. So check out the Oakburn Opius. We also have 2 updates of the Walton Files, which is like FNAF, but not really. It's got its own little mystery about it and so on and so forth. Can't really reveal too much about it because you gotta see that stuff for yourself. I mean, we're right now waiting for what is apparently Season 1B, and those 2 do not have any release dates announced, but if you keep up, sub to their channel, and even to ours, we'll let you know. Well, you can probably even learn about it the moment it hits their Discord. Also in June was the premiere of the Medela Catalog Volume 5, which would have been sooner, but the drama. This volume decided to concentrate on Jude Murray, Adam Murray's dad, while also showing a strange 3D cartoon about a shepherd in biblical times. Ooh, he's even sponsored by Timoril! I do need some help with my anxiety. It kind of eats me up a bit, especially if I'm not careful. In fact, the anxiety is currently telling me that, one of my recent sessions, I don't think my friends like the series that I picked. Also in the Medela catalog, the Intruder plush has its own second coming of not really Christ, but a biblical reference, and it just concluded, sadly, and there's no news on the next available plush from Alex, but we'll let you know. Now we're in July, and things starting to really heat up, and not just because of the summer. We have something from Piggy Soda's Dog Nightmares. This series is based around the Sesame Street and Saturday Night Live shorts of William Wegman and his 2 Weimaraner dogs. I had no idea how to pronounce those. I'm sorry if I butchered them. as one dog owner is hoping that their dog returns. Definitely not that one! Definitely not that one! Right now, we're in Chapter 2 of a K9 walk through photographs, mysterious stalker appearances, and even letters. A video was released continuing this as recent as July 22nd. If you haven't checked out Dog Nightmares, do so. Here's a hard mode for you. Do all that while resisting the urge to say, "What the dog doing?" Now, as we embrace the patriotism of our fellow citizens of these United States around the 4th of July holiday, my friends and I were able to sit through 3 series, and I have all these videos prepared. I'm waiting on a thumbnail while trying to figure out the other ones. We sat through 2 based on the 90s dinosaur franchise, Jurassic Park, and a good chunk of the popular hit series Greylock, which is about freakish manifestations and government conspiracies. Sub to the channel if you haven't done so already, so that way you'll know the moment I feel that these are ready for the world, you'll be the first to know. Midwest Angelica updated as we go full into what is now the Interlude A. Well, according to the playlist anyway. We continue to see the effects of Starkill, the US government circa 1999, and plenty of Christian and Neon Genesis Evangelion references. In fact, they're so anxious, they've recently posted their most recent edition of the storyline twice, because the second one needed a lot more interesting takes, extended footage, and what have you, just to make things interesting. If you haven't done so already, I highly recommend checking it out. It's quite out of this world and biblically huge. Now for the FanRant archive and continuation of Aiden Chick's Eventai Media Center, who published their most ambitious contribution to the series to tide us over, while the Third Blaze wants to break from it and continue on his schooling and his series. I'll cover that a bit later. Climate Conditions was just a clip that only existed on paper and in a split moment on EMC's Thank You video, prior to the nuking of all the Tempest Films social media outlets. But thanks to the fan base and its dedicated future analog horror producers, finally it happened. You can check it out and their recent contribution in the YouTube Shorts category while you're looking forward to another contribution to another one of their series. The Third Blaze is The Metaverse Rejuvenation, a blend of analog horror and the hit indie visual novel and dating game Doki Doki Literature Club. Yes, Monica. How about something from Mr. Manticore? A second iteration of the Virginia Arnoldson plush went live and might wrap up by the time I can get this video out. Also from Mr. Manticore, they began posting a new series called Bodies of the Early Universe. Currently, 2 videos out so far, although something tells me they're probably going to conclude this and then make it all private. Again, I mean, yikes. Some people take the augmented reality game genre a little too seriously to my liking, but I'm sadly not the authoritative voice of the analog horror community. I'm just a consumer like the rest of you. Also in plush news, over the past 2 months, the creator has blessed us with a second edition of the one character from Welcome Home that's just the most, Wally Darling, which also will have the campaign conclude in a few days. Currently, Welcome Home only exists as a website with some media on it, and there's even fan animations and fan alternate universes already made. So, I recommend you go to the website and poke around. You might find something interesting on it. Also, merchandise news, Vita Carnis and Dreams of an Insomniac are putting out retro VHS releases with their series on them. You heard it right, tapes on tape. While Vita Carnis got sold out at the time of this publication, the campaign on Dreams is still on pre-order for $29.99 while supplies last. If you can't afford them, you can still watch them on YouTube. Although I will warn you, Vita Carnis has plenty of body horror and graphic imagery, while Dreams has plenty of jump scares and very tense moments set in the Lankman universe that, admittedly, I'm still trying to figure out. I mean, this is all news to me still. Speaking of movies, the VHS community has 2 announcements. A fan collaboration called VHS 79 with the community's best analog horror indie producers, and an official Shudder exclusive that takes the VHS franchise into a sci-fi hellscape for October. VHS Beyond. No date is set for the fan creation, but the Shudder anthology pack of 5 short films and 1 movie is slated for October 4th on the spooky streaming service. Or should I say screaming services? Or would that be a bit too much? Next up, our favorite rabbit from the clouds came back and dropped us a hot collaboration with Caleb Hiles, who made a name of himself with various in-sync covers of Hazbin Hotel, Amazing Digital Circus, and music legends old and new, along with indie works individual of their own quality. While the video centers around Francis, our shy badger, the melody hits quite hard for a lost Christian cartoon. So check out the Angel Hair AMV, Oh Despair, and then check Caleb's channel for more. And here I am in a little mock-up world of the sinking of the Titanic for our tie-in to the latest series update within the community. Because basically, take this ship and fuck what you heard about it. This here is Project Britannica, which has its own conspiracy with supernatural, lethal entities controlling our ships. Imagine the shining stars of the White Star Line fleet of ocean liners and its lesser-known ships throwing everything into disarray with a mysterious mesh inhibiting these ships, somehow infecting and preserving these ships as long back as 1988 or 1999 or even 2004. Just imagine that instead of this, the illustrious RMS Titanic, you instead have to sink into the Lusitania, which ended up getting its movie release in its alternate universe with Leonardo DiCaprio. And all these other ships of the White Star Line docked at South Shield in England, where going out there where you're not supposed to go will get you killed. So go and check out this series and figure out the mystery of the high seas. Not this one, we know that it got sunk by an iceberg. And this has been This Month in Analog Horror. If you want to keep up to date or keep me in the know, please join the Discord down below. Don't forget to check out our individual channels for silly gameplay, edits, and music from our mind to yours. This has been Gonzo, signing off for now.
Eat like attention. Stop like